Now let's look at a published patent application from inventor Sant. Patent publication number as patent 2024/0185880. It was published on June 6, 2024 with 3 inventors. The serial number was 18073952, filed on December 2nd of 2022. You can see there's an abstract section here and a representative figure, which basically came out of figure 1. And if you notice here in figure 1, you would have figure 1 with text components and reference signs, the numbers here. So 100, 110, 120, 140, and 130 is the database. Figure 2 is one version of the feature extractor. It expands from this feature extractor 110 right here, and we elaborated on here. That's in one implementation. In another implementation shown in figure 3 has only one block. Similarly, the other major modules of figure 1 are shown in more details in figure 4 and figure 5. And then you'll see figure 6, the emotional association database module with the database components and also the blob storage, which is the multimodal storage, video media storage. So figure 7 shows another aspect of the commentary analysis module, where the streaming media is provided to this Invention 100. It provides an annotation 600, and it generates report as well as annotated media. And you'll see more examples of this. Also here you'll see the service architecture shown in figure 9, and then user interface shown in figure 10 and 11. So here in the application, you'll see there's a background on page 1, column 1, and the summary starts from column 1 running into the end into column 2 of page 1. Then you got a brief description of the drawing where you discuss each figures, and then you have a detailed description where you then go in depth and describe the operation of the figures. This is an AI pattern, so you'll see some discrete Fourier transform math, and you'll see descriptions of how the convolutional neural network, a backpropagation network, RNN, the LSTM network, typical. You also see pseudocode in software example, because the pseudocode is the most compact way of discussing the operation of the code without revealing the actual source code, which you might want to keep for trade secret reasons. There's a bunch of definitions of components used in the description, and then here are the claims. So now let's go on and let's take a look at the file history. So now let's go on and look at the file history of the case. So if you'll notice here, the case was filed on December 2nd of 2022. There were power of attorney, abstract, the claims, the specification, the drawings, and the data sheet. So there is a notice of missing part, and the patent office sent us a notice saying they want some drawing or aspects fixed, there's fees due, etc. We responded to that by filing replacement diagrams here, and we also paid the fee here. So all that was done in February of 2023. Then, on November 15th of 2024, we receive a non-final rejection. This is very common, and it's done, and it occurs in around 90% of the cases. And so let's take a look at the rejection and see what that's about. The first page basically recites the case information. The second page says that basically 20 claims were presented and they're all rejected. Very common. The examiner reviewed the drawing and they wanted new drawings, so we'll replace as part of the response. Then they objected to the clarity of the language, claim 18 and 19, and we'll fix that by way of an amendment. The substantive rejection come here in the section 102 rejection, where the office action argued that most of these claims are anticipated by a patent called Kosa. So anticipated meaning it's identical, so that's going to be a relatively straightforward case to explain the difference between Kosa and what our invention is. And then there's also a 103 rejection, which is an obviousness rejection. So in a 103 rejection, the office action would require 2 references. In this case, though, the office action just said everything is obvious based on the same Kosa reference. So Once we get that, we sent it to the inventor, and then we also crafted a proposed amendment for the inventor to review. And we then set up a call with the examiner at the patent office. And that call probably occurred around November 27th of 2024. We must have talked to the examiner early in the morning, and in the afternoon we filed the response. So let's take a look at the response, what we did. We amended the claim to address some of the language issues and also to clarify the reference, the claims from the Kosa reference. So that's mainly it. So basically here what we said was we added a language called annotating a user media stream with a feedback statement and an emotional label for coaching purposes. So that's the amendment, and here's the argument that we did. It was 8 pages of argument. We show that Kosa does not have a feedback mechanism. For example, in this case, the figure 10 shows that feedback. And in this case, it was useful to show that the reference doesn't have that. We basically address why each and every claim is different than Kosa. That was successful, and the examiner granted us a notice of allowance and fee dues. This is what it looks like. Notice of allowability. We paid the issue fee on February the 4th of 2025, and it was granted on March 18th, 2025. So this is what that patent issued as US 12254894. So congratulations are in order to the inventors. They've gotten themselves a new patent, and the patent is useful in fundraising for the startup and increasing the company valuation. So it's a pretty complex path that we just explained to you in about 5 minutes. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact us at patentpc.com. We look forward to helping you. Thank you.